Okay, so what I want to do now is follow up on the click score slash lead score that we just talked about, and I did confirm that basically when one of these are met, it it equals one of those points, and you actually might not see their points updated for about 20 minutes, but it will update their points. So if its contact contains a link click or contains this tag, it will only count as 1 point, even if you take it away and add it, take away and add it. So, but don't worry about that. That's actually not that big of a deal. So one way to do this, especially like if you have a direct sales staff, is to go off of things such as it can be tags. Maybe they clicked on 3 different email links and got 3 different tags, and then you make them have 2 points each, and when they reach 6, they're a good warm lead. Or it could be something like it's their contacts and activity, and they submitted a web form. They submitted a web form, and you give them 5 points because that's actually a pretty good thing. Maybe they submitted a web form, or it contains an email open or a link click. Email open, and on this one right here, if you put them in the same spot, then it only counts as one thing. No matter if they got both, it only count as one. So if you say it's going to be a +1, it'll only count as one. So you want to make sure that you do one here, say it's an email open, and then over here they do contacts, activities, and contains, and this would be a link click. So then it would be 2 points for that. And then on top of that, you can have tags and so on. And then based when they actually get to that score, what you do is, if we go back to our place over here, what you can do is this. This is pretty cool. So you go to this goal right here and say, we'll just use the interest goal. I usually use the interest goal right here. We put that right there. And then rather than clicks a link or something like that, we say reaches a score. We say they reach a score. If they reach this score right here, they move to this area right here. Or rather than that, we can say let's say we're in a completely different campaign. We say let's sell them on our services. Let's sell them on our accounting services or our real estate services. We say that we double click into here, and we say if it increases to that one, we give them our introductory offer. The other cool thing is you can actually go and do decreases. It decreases, say it decreases to 0 flames. You can say, uh-oh, go and save that customer. Why did he go from 2 to 1 or 1 to 0? Pretty awesome to be able to do that. But you're able to do things that will activate when that happens. And in fact, in this particular instance, what I would do is this right here, this sequence would just apply a tag, because you don't want this to happen every time. You don't want someone to go from 2 to 1 and then 1 to 2, and then they get an email saying, "Hey, congratulations! Here's our awesome offer," and then it happens again and again and again and again, and you don't want that to happen. So what I would do is I would apply a tag, something that's like met lead score 1. And so they got a 1 lead score, which is good. And then they can never get that ever again. But you can do the same thing. Like maybe you can, when they decrease, you can say decreased from 1 to 0. Now they did that once, and you can send them a, hey, I just want to see what's going on. It looks like you've been away for a while, or whatever caused them to decrease. Since they decreased, you can tag them as this, so that when they do go back to 1, And if they go back down to 0, you don't send the same thing over and over again. So this tag never goes away. Once they have it, and you get one shot to either congratulate them or win them back. But pretty cool what you can do with the whole lead scoring thing. It's very, very valuable. It's great for catching leads that are running away, or customers who are starting to become disinterested in what you've been doing. And yeah, I highly recommend setting something like that up, especially if you're generating leads and you need to warm them up and see who are your hot leads and so on. All right, hope that was awesome.